Welcome back everyone. So in this video I will be showing you how to download and install Microsoft SQL Server on Windows 11 environment. Alright, so let's get to it. So to install Microsoft SQL Server, the steps are pretty straightforward. So the first thing that you want to do is go ahead to your browser and type SQL Server download, and this one will bring you will see this website here for SQL Server downloads. So we want to use this Microsoft website to download our Microsoft SQL Server because it is a Microsoft tool. So we'll go ahead and open this. So if you open this website here, it brings you into this landing page, and I will put this link in the description if you want to just go straight there. So this is the landing page, and once you're here, what you want to do is go over to downloads. So that will bring you here. Once you click downloads, just scroll down to down this page, and right here, this is where we now go ahead and install our Microsoft SQL Server. So we do have about 4 options here. The one that we'll download today is this one for SQL Server 2025 Express. So this one is a free edition, so you don't have to pay for this, and it's ideal for development and production for desktop, web, and small server applications. You can also download this one for SQL Server 2025 developer. So this one is also free developer edition for non-production development and testing. So you can go with either of this one. You should be able to get it working, but I'll go with this one for Express because it is free and we can do production work here, so why not? So I'm going to click here where it says download now. Once you do that, the file will be downloaded for you. So you can now see this file here, this .exe file. This is the one that we want to install. So I'll go ahead and open this right here, and this basically will just prompt me to start the installation. So I'm going to click here yes, and that will begin our installation. But before it actually begins the installation, you have to select the installation type here. So we have 3 of them here. So we have the basic installation type here, and this one will just install with the default configurations. If you don't want to go with the default configurations, you can choose custom here, and this one will choose the this one will give you the ability to configure some custom configurations when you are installing it. So we'll go ahead and click here basic, and we go ahead and accept, and you can see here this is the location that this server will be installed. So for me, it's going to install under program files, and it's going to create a Microsoft SQL Server folder there and install our server. Okay, if you don't want it to be this location, you can go ahead and browse and choose another location. So I'm good with that, and I'm going to go ahead and hit install. So this will begin our installation process now. So you can see here it downloaded this file successfully, and now it is beginning the installation process. So this might take a few minutes, so I will let it run and we'll get back once it is done. Okay, so our installation process is complete now, and you can see here you are given with some information. So for instance, this is your instance name. So this is the one that you can use to connect. So this is the connection string here. So we'll copy this because this is going to be useful later. So I'm just going to copy that, and I will put it in Notepad. Okay, so I'm going to open Notepad here, and I will paste that on here because we'll use it. And then so some of these other ones, like the engine it's using, which version of SQL Server, and all of that, right? So that is good. So the installation is complete. So the next thing that you can do now is to go ahead and connect to your database. So there are 2 ways that you can confirm if the installation is complete, right? So if you go ahead and click here where it says connect now, so go ahead and hit that, and you can see that this command prompt terminal here is popped, and it says 1 rows affected. So when you see something like this, this basically means that your installation is successful, right? So this is just a validation step to confirm if your installation was good. So this one is good. So now we can go ahead and connect to our server. So to do that, I'm going to close this window here. So there are a few ways of doing that. If you have SQL client tools like dbeaver, you can go ahead and use dbeaver. If you want to connect using let's say Visual Studio Code, you can do that. But in this case, we will go ahead and use SSMS, SQL Server Management Studio. So this is the client tool that is primarily used to query SQL Server database. Right, so I'm going to go ahead and install this. So we'll go ahead and install this SSMS. So I'm going to click here where it says install SSMS. And this one will bring you to this other section here where we can now install SQL Server Management Studio. So I'm going to click this download link here, and this is also going to download our ssms.exe file, and we'll just go ahead and follow the same steps and install this. So I'm going to click open here, and this one will begin the installation. I'll click yes here, and now we can go ahead and install this. So before you get started, we need to set up a few things. So we'll just go ahead and say continue here. Okay, so that one has downloaded and it has installed here. So there are some additional packages here. So you can see here the total space that this one will require is 2.29, and this is a location it's going to get installed. And there are 5 packages here. If you want to install them, you can select each of these, but I'm not going to install this, so I'm just going to go ahead and install the tool itself. Okay, so I'll click here install, and that will begin the installation process right here. Okay, so that might also take a few minutes, so I will let it run and we will get back once it is done. Okay, so looks like SQL Server Management Studio is installed now. So let's go ahead and launch it. So there are 2 ways that you can do it. You can go ahead and launch it directly from here, or you can go to your search bar here, which is what I will do. I'll just close that, and we will go to the search here and just type SSMS. So we'll go ahead and open this up right here. So I'm just going to open this, and this should go ahead now and start our SQL Server Management Studio. It's going to open it, so this might take a few seconds depending on how fast your machine is. So it's going to pop up, and then we will start connecting now to our database. Okay, so this one is coming up. All right, so you can see here it's asking me to log in. I'm not going to sign into my Microsoft account. We will skip this and we'll add it later, but you can go ahead and sign in case you want it that way. So I'm just going to skip this. Okay, so that will now bring our tool up, and we can start configuring to and connect to our server. Okay, there it is. So it might take a few seconds to open, but now the SSMS Studio has opened here, and now from here we need to connect to our SQL Server. So remember, the first step we did was to install the server, and then after that we installed this tool so that we can connect to our database. So here we need to enter the server name. So you can see here it's asking for the server name, and basically the one we installed earlier is the server name, which is this one basically. So you can go ahead and type that. So you can do localhost and then just put it like that, right? So you can do this. You could also just do period because it's running locally. So you can do period / SQL Express, but I'm just going to do the long way. We'll see if that one works. And then for the authentication, we will leave this one running under Windows authentication, right? And we do not have any database right now, so we'll just go with default. And the most important thing here is you want to go ahead and trust server certificate. So you have to do this so that your connection can run. Okay, and then after that we'll go ahead and hit connect here. Okay, so that now will successfully connect us into our SQL Server, right? So you can see now we have our local host here, and I don't know if you can rename this, probably not, but you are here now, so that means that you are connected to your server and you can start poking around, right? So you can see that we have about these are the system databases that we have that come, pre-installed. So you can poke around. around these databases. But one thing we want to do before we end the video is let's go ahead and create a database and then create a table and just query the table and see how that looks like. So for that, I'm going to go here and I will hit here where it says new query here. So that will give us a new query editor where we can start running our SQL queries. Okay, so what I will do then is I'm going to bring this query here so that you don't have to watch me type. So I will copy this here and paste it right here. Okay, so this is basically going to create a database for us, and we will create a table in that database. Okay, so I'm just going to create a database here called company DP and then execute it. Okay, so this one we need to execute this together. There's a syntax error here. I don't know what the error is, so let me just go ahead and do that. Okay, click this together, run it, because it already exists. So there is a, all right, so in my SQL file server files there is a company MDF. Okay, so I know why this is the case. I had run this query before, so it's failing because of this. So I'm just going to change this, and we will just call this one demo DB, right? It doesn't matter, so we'll just call this demo DB. Okay, so we'll go ahead and run this. Okay, so this one has run, and then we'll just go ahead and use this database here. Okay, use this, switch to this. This call command keeps giving me grief here, so I think there might be some spaces there. Also copied it. Okay, so that has succeeded, and then so our database has been created now. So if you refresh here, we should be able to see a database called DemoDB right there. Okay, so let's go ahead and create a table here under that database. So let's go ahead and do that. Looks like there's still some issue here with this call command here, so I'm just going to remove some potential spaces and we will run that again. There we go. Okay, so that table has been created, and you can also just double check that that table is available there. So that will be under tables. Okay, so if you expand that, you will see that by default it's going to create it under DBO schema. So that table has been created right there, right? And you can see the columns and all of that. Okay, and now finally we go ahead and let me just clean that up because it seems like it's the same issue over. So we'll go ahead and load some data into this table. Okay, so some sample data. Okay, there we go. So 4 rows were loaded, and then you can go ahead and execute this and see if we have that data now. Okay, so you can see these are the rows that we loaded into our table, and we are able to query our table, right? So you can see these are the 4 records here, and you can query it. Very nice. Okay, so you can refresh this. You can also do this through the Explorer here. So if you navigate your table and just right click it, you can select the first 1000 rows, and there it is. Okay, so it gives you the query, and then it also gives you your results right here. Okay, so from here you have your SQL Server set up now, and you can start loading data to this environment. You can start running your queries, and you can start doing whatever you need to do in this environment. Alright guys, so that's all I wanted to show in this video, how to download and install SQL Server on Windows 11 environment. I hope this video was helpful, and if it was, please give it a thumbs up, and also do subscribe to the channel if you have not, so that you can stay updated for videos like this. Alright, I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.